to the battle-driven, tried-and-true, battle-true-driven, tried. Anyways, my name is Riker, and I play Orgoth.
My name is Schwanky, and I play Cadre.
My name's... sorry.
God damn it, I knew we were going to do
Got
this.
him.
Start over, Riker.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
You
problem.
can go first,
All right,
lady.
so we'll do
Ladies
it. Are you
first.
sure? Okay.
All right. Hello and welcome to Battle-Driven. My name is Riker, and I play Orgoth, and today we are joined by battle-driven, tried-and-true, true-driven, tried battle.
I'm Schwanky, and I play Cadre.
I'm Erica, and I play House Callus.
I'm Andy, and I play Brian Blood still.
You sound so sad about that.
What a sad
I love
boy. He's just anyways, super excited to have the Bevs onto the podcast / video release on YouTube. And we happen to be privy to a certain box from a certain faction that basically everyone on this cast is excited about, right, guys?
I'm super stoked.
Absolutely. Bring on the Bears.
And
Duh,
obviously
Bears.
leader of the #1 Old Umbrey fan club. What would you say was your worry meter at out of 10 before this box information rules dropped?
Oh, I had like a 2.
Like a
I
2,
was
right?
like, I'm gonna drop Rage Monger. I'm gonna shoot the hell out of everything here. It'll be fine.
What are you going to shoot?
Everything.
Oh, interesting.
So, thank you, SFG, for providing us with the rules for the Old Umbrey Auxiliary box early enough to allow us to make some wonderful content that you're seeing here. Yeah, basically, I'm pretty sure this box just sold the faction to the remaining 10% of the meta that was on the fence about playing the faction, yay or nay. So we have a caster, we have an attachment, we have a couple 3 solos, and looks like 2 units, something like that.
Yep,
I
2
don't know.
units.
Counting's hard. But good golly, is this caster a caster? We're gonna get to her a little bit later, but what would you say? I'm gonna start with Andy. Was the model that you are, I guess in your case, least excited about?
I want to say the Mistress of the Thorns. She's going to be everywhere, and she's terrifying. But I am going to say the Ursine Shifted.
Ursine Shift.
Yeah, if you're scared of the Infernal's Umbral mechanic, it's coming back, boys and girls.
I think
Still here.
I think this model might have the most words per point on their card. It's got to be up there. I challenge anyone to try and find more words for a 3-point model.
What does Nate have? It's like the Bane Lord Tartarus litmus test for models that come out.
So I don't know if anybody saw this or not. These are FA4.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
Your whole unit of little Liegeman dudes just become bears. When you want them,
Bears.
I am become bear.
That is so many bears. So after seeing the wolves and getting a few personal games myself with the wolves, I think that they've added a really interesting onion to provide people with the layers of, oh, I'm just going to kill that unit, I'm going to score that 40 and be good. And then, a wolf pops out, and you're like, oh, it's actually kind of hard to kill and takes a little bit of resources to just remove off the table. Now it's a bear. Now
Much harder to kill.
this chump is just going to be a pain in the patootie. So 8 boxes at ARM 17. It already has the Protective Rage, which is an insane rule from the Umbral Guardian, if no one is familiar with Infernals, where you could just choose to have this guy become the target. So not only that, like just the normal shapeshifter rules, which if anybody has been playing Old Umbrey, which I assume a lot of people are starting to get games in with the huge wave of popularity, the Animus walking up and saying, you're a bear now, and then it just goes in, is a lot better than a random Liegeman.
You're short selling it just a little bit.
How so?
The Protective Rage rule, it's active before the model actually hits the table. Because Protective
Correct.
Rage allows the bear to come into the table.
Correct.
When someone near him gets shot.
It effectively is a shield guard without having to use the shield guard rule, which means it also has shield guard, so it can then shield guard.
we put shield guards in your shield guard with your shield guard.
Yes.
So it's my mind exploded when I saw that this is only 3 points. Uh, when you look at the umbral, and it's what, 5
It's
points?
5, right?
You just even if you add the point on for the 1 point ding dong that's just running up the table, the amount of control where now when with that plan of I'm just gonna walk up and shoot everything, you just made 4 bears. You're like, this got so much worse so fast.
So I have a question for you guys, and this is kind of what I'm thinking. So if I'm playing against an old Umbrey player and they have the wolves and the bears, like, are they just going to have a zoo sitting next to their table, like not deployed? So percentage wise, how much do you think a list will not be truly represented on the table because they're sitting waiting to deploy bear and or wolf? Do you think it'll be like a gravedigger kind of situation,
I,
or
I think that's just gonna be the huge question mark, right? Like that's kind of where you have to figure out personally what you want to do, because like you're going to be adding up points quickly that are not on the table, um, and on top of that, this is an army that like I mentioned when we talked about the last box, it already has a lot of support options. So now we have work models, we have support models, and then these other models that aren't actually on the table that you kind of have to figure out what you want to do with. And when it was just werewolves, I would look at it as okay, I can see lists where you just won't take these. Like you just have your models, you have your support, you move forward. Um, the bears, to me, I don't think that's something you're going to do.
Yeah, I feel like you're going to be looking at now that you have access to both. Like your wolves are definitely your oh no, you ran out of attacks and I use this on your last attack and now it's going to come eat your face and your whole unit is now gone. The bears are kind of there as sort of a mind game for your opponent. I could always come out. It's always there. Like it's just it existing changes the way your opponent has to play the game, which is power in itself.
I think the huge difference between the two is that one requires you to kill a specific model. So if I walk up and I just shoot your pharaoh up, that wolf isn't coming out. But if I walk up and I'm shooting the starved, I'm shooting Strix, and you're like, okay, this dingle bop over here is going to turn into a bear, and now I'm going to shield guard the next shot too. And realistically, I just paid 3 points to take 2 boosted range attack rolls off the table.
and
And
that's before you account for the goats, y'all.
Yeah,
correct.
and
So yeah,
It's like Noah's Ark up here on this table, you guys.
Can we talk can we talk about the apex, the Ursa, the bear
absolutely,
apex?
we can
for
jump right
sure.
into that, big boy. So the big difference here is that not only you have the control over dictating how your opponent's turn works. This is why I'm going to go full circle to when we previously talked about the faction where this is fair Grimkin. There are tricks, there are traps, but they're not like I'm not holding my Yu-Gi-Oh hand being like I activate my trap card. It's going to be here are my suite of abilities. You know what I have. How are you going to try and navigate this maze?
We also have, I mean, just looking at like before we jump into the apex, just looking at this Earthside real quick, like how much of a pain is dealing with Dusk's 1 to 2 units of shield guards? It's frustrating. You know, that's a big part of it. That's part of the strength of the faction. This army, every single warrior model is effectively a shield guard as long as you have a couple of Earth signs waiting in the wings.
And it's a shield guard with 3 initials and 8 boxes. So let's like
And
let's not forget that.
for 1 more point, you are getting 4 more boxes, and it's just it racks up so fast when you're trading it for 3 POW 15s, 2 of them with beatback at Mat 7.
We're
We're
talking
not,
about the Ursine apex now.
yeah. So like, not only that, like retaliatory strike is it's fine, but like, oh wait, you hit me, awesome, defiant rage. Now I'm swinging you with a POW 17.
And
Yeah.
everyone gets Defiant
You have
Rage.
3 power 17 initials. You are effectively a heavy at this point.
And he's unstoppable.
Yeah. So I look at these guys and like my head spins because of the amount of value you are getting out of the points spent. and this is what I was going to lead the conversation, which is I really do feel I will not be surprised when Kithgard comes out that they're going to follow this same design philosophy, and I think it is almost to combat model bloat on the table, where you are going to have 10 to 15 points in like burrow hiding, or to go with the Kithgard theme, where I think they're trying to make it so it's more of a 90-point game on the table, and then other stuff happens to kind of keep it exciting and keep it interesting. Um, I don't mind this. I'm a noted hater of spam, so I don't like it when things are just all over the table because it's the best point for point option. And I feel like Mark IV has done a really great job of fighting this. You are usually punished for just bringing the same thing all over the place. And I really do think it's going to be super cool to see where Old Umbrey shakes out, as in, it does every list just have 4 shifted of a Ursine, and
I
they call it
think,
a day.
yeah, I think I don't know if you said this earlier or not, Andy, when we were talking, but they have a toolbox of tools, right? Like super super deep big box, but they can't take all of that in one list. So to echo what you were saying, Schwenky, earlier, it's like, are you going to have that bloat? And I think that's going to be a trap when it comes to list building. Like, if you want all the tools, great. You're going to have maybe 40 points of work models, 40, 50 points of
Yeah.
work models. So it's great that they have access to this. I think it makes list building very compelling and interesting. But I don't think you can't take everything that you want
Yeah, I mean,
in one
from a
list.
toolbox perspective, I really like the dichotomy between the Ursine and the Lupine. Like the wolves very much are like, hey, we have vault, we go places, we have killing spree, we munch a whole bunch of stuff. The Ursine is what, speed 5 for each one on both of them,
Yeah,
but
he's
they
not
hit,
getting very far.
but they're good. They're great counter punchers once you've been committed. Where it's just like, okay, well, you're already in my face. This is the hit one target very well kind of thing.
They fit their design very well, with one being offensive, one being defensive. The thing that kind of blows my mind is that I think the Umbral rule is too much.
It might be.
I think the whole idea of shapeshifting is something dies to shapeshift, and so being able to be like, boom, that guy's the bear now. Like, I think that's for 3 points that might be too powerful.
Well, he does have to get shot. Maybe he dies.
No, then the goats take a shot for
Then the
him, or
goats
his
take the
other
shot
bear
for him.
buddies take
Well, now we're
shield
talking.
guard.
We're talking about. I mean, that's more points now.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to more of these like Orgoth style solos where they're like armor 18, 12 boxes
Correct.
for 4 points. I'm like, ugh,
Yes.
that's not a
Yeah.
lot of points to try to kill that.
Yeah, and it's interesting. So, Riker, you still play you play Orgoth. I
Mhm.
play Dusk, which is one of the older armies. So it's just
Mhm.
like I can't help but feel a little envious of some of these point costs. And then I look, I'm like, oh, like my 3-man Slayer unit is 8 points, and
Yeah.
then you got Barry McBareface over here. That's 4 points with 12 health, 11, 18 with paragraphs of rules, and it's just like, come I'm feeling a little left
So
behind.
I feel like the difference between older armies in Mark IV at this point and the new shiny is kind of what we're talking about in circles a little bit, where is choices. The older armies, things have kind of fallen off or been nerfed or been touched, and so they've just become not competitively viable. They are absolutely still a choice in the app, but you are actively making a mistake competitively to take them. So now we've kind of been pigeonholed into cough cough Harusk, and it's looking at the whole of Umbrey. It's yes, I'm taking this caster, but for this specific reason, to make this module shine that is available in the faction, as opposed to this caster is holding the faction up because they're so powerful.
Yeah, I
Um,
definitely feel that way from I don't want to say Crix because I just feel like almost everything in Crix is like a half step too strong, but
mhm, I agree.
definitely from Gravediggers and this faction are definitely they're leaning on the uniqueness of each of these factions to make the choice matter, which I
Yeah.
think is really really
Our
good.
army design wise, it feels like, I know they don't call it Mark IV anymore, but this feels like Mark IV 2.0 when you look at the way that the army design, like they just feel they're just dripping with identity.
There's also constantly new mechanics coming.
Correct.
Mhm.
Gravedigger's just full of new mechanics. Umbrey is full of new mechanics. We don't know. We know very little about Kithgard, but I saw that picture of the little dude coming out of the hole.
Hmm.
That that that's something.
Right.
Yeah, and we should probably say too, as we're recording this, Gen Con is happening right now in real time, so we actually have eyes on some of these models, including the new Cadre and the Kithgard. I personally like the troll with the little pygmy holding the missile.
Oh man,
I
it's
love
so
that guy.
cool.
He's the best.
My favorite part of that
But yeah.
model is that the one that took a picture of doesn't have a gun. He's just holding a bullet.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
He's
I
gonna
love
throw it.
that.
It's fine. You're gonna put rage on him, and he's gonna throw the giant shell.
Yup.
That's why when you rage him, it hurts harder. He throws it harder.
So I think that this is true of all of the quote unquote old Mark IV armies at this point, where like um, Brian Blood's also it's the Marauder show. Like there are other things that you can use for specific purposes, but like you still feel kind of pigeonholed. While you do have other infantry options in the app, it's like okay.
Yeah,
Um,
a lot of the stuff, a lot of the previous releases for Mark IV, there's certainly a lot of stuff in those factions that this is the stuff that works. This will make it to lists. This is the stuff that does not work. So it just never sees play.
Right, and so what's really exciting is that seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, where I think the shining example is Storm Legion. Storm Legion last January was extremely pigeonholed into a pairing, and when their caster bench got buffs and they brought the bottom up and they fixed the rack a little bit, now all of the casters are viable. There's good options using those same options they had before. Granted, getting Grievous Wounds on a stick is helpful, but you know,
Yeah. Well, even Chimera's had a bit of a resurgence since
Correct.
January. Like that army feels like it got a soft reboot
Oh, big time.
compared to what it was before. So maybe we'll see some of that
I
next
still think
year.
they're crutching hard on that trike, but
They are. That
that's
is
He
good.
just mad because he can't kill it.
I can't friggin' kill it.
Who can, Andy? Who can kill the
I
trike?
can. This
He can
guy.
kill it. Crix can kill it. Dusk can kill it. I can't kill it.
I activate my Mulgrith and I run.
I turn your rules off.
So speaking of Gen Con, but just to take a pause from just old Umbrey models, well, kind of, right? What would you say visually was the most striking model from the ones that were shown? We'll start with Andy.
Yeah, I thought the Bear Riders were really cool.
So cool.
Definitely Bear Riders.
All right, cool. Everybody's just gonna say Bear Riders, right, Eric?
Not me. I'm
Right,
assuming
Erica?
it's the Warcaster. No, I got like another thing for the Bear Riders when we talk about them. But
All right.
Spoilers.
I'm assuming it's the Warcaster. The Mistress of Thorns was probably my favorite model.
All the snakes.
You had a
Yeah.
whole Dusk cadre. To look
Oh
at your
yeah,
facial
of course.
She's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
don't care.
Okay, like first
Already bought in
no,
on
no,
Old
no,
Umbrey.
no. I mean, yes, but no. No, for the Dusk Cadre, yes, they look great. I love the Risavos like throwback and the Nis. I mean, they're alive, right? So it's like living stuff, but
It is the
we'll get
worst.
over that.
Terrible thing to be in this world.
But I'm really excited, and yeah, it's like Phantasm is like the Christmas, and
So
birthday at the same time. So
question
I'm excited.
was, of the Gen Con models, which one was your
Oh.
favorite?
Oh, the Mistress of Thorns, I
And
think.
not even the Dusk stuff, just the Mistress.
Yeah, she looks cool, man.
She does look really
I like
cool.
her hat.
I like
I'm
And her
gonna be
armor.
playing. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
playing
her
Endure a lot. I think.
yeah, shocking. It's crazy.
Yeah, the Dust stuff's cool, like whatever, But like Mistress of Thorns got it going
like
on.
they were in the factory one day and they had some old Dreadguard Cav, and the Cav just kind of fell off the cat, and they were like, "Wait a minute,
What if this were a
what
beast?
if we just sold them the cats?"
I like its battle diaper. I think that's cool. No, for real, like it's cool.
Very
It's cool. I'm
tactical.
looking forward to. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a Cat Rescue 2.0 here when that
I
comes out.
really like the look of the new Orgoth Undead Argus thing.
Good God, does everyone love the new look of the Orgoth?
Yeah, that's because it's what we've all wanted it to look
Oh,
like
yeah,
ever since
hot
the game
take, like-
started.
Yeah, like the curse bound and this stuff, man. Like we should have just led with that. I'm gonna be a little. This comes from a place of love. I'm just gonna be direct with my language, but like when I think Orgoth, that's what I think. The Sea Raiders is
if it looked
cute,
like that
but,
the whole time, I'd be
Yeah.
complaining about her Husk right
Oh.
now.
Yeah, aesthetically is very good. I really, really like the newer Orgoth stuff.
It's very
I
chunky.
I think that axe is comically large on the solo guy with his gigantor flat screen fell axe. But I do think that the Argus looks super cool. It's really
Mhm.
unique, and God, I hope they do something for the faction as models because I would love to replace the same 15 models I've been playing in every army for the past 2 years.
I keep looking at that Argus, and all I can think of is God. I feel like it must have been probably 20 years ago now. This French werewolf movie came out, the Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Brotherhood of the Wolf. I actually own that on DVD.
It
I love that
looks
movie.
just like the
This is
monster
some like
from that movie.
Velocipaster stuff. Like this,
Yeah.
No, this was like I love Velocipaster, but this
I
movie
know
was
you do.
actually good.
So, personally, obviously, I thought that the Bear Riders were super cool. As somebody who is a huge Yana stan, jeez. They I found it really interesting that they found different ways to utilize the tactical rock as the bear is
Mhm.
riding, except for the one that is just going to be not in that pose where they're just jumping with the back legs off. Like that's not happening. We're just gonna smush it down and just call it a day. Like just call it the bag ruiner because there's no foam that's gonna fit that. But yeah, I thought that they did a very good job of the sheer amount of models. I think that at Gen Con they could have just done, here's the Ox box, and people would have been like, whoa, that's so cool. But to see that, like the Orgoth and Dusk box, um, fully
And
painted,
Kithgard.
and then Kithgard.
Mhm.
I
Um,
actually think people got a little bit spoiled with Adepticon because there were so many surprises at Adepticon. People were
yes,
Yes.
expecting like, oh, they're gonna shadow drop all kinds of stuff, and it's like, no, they don't. You can't do that at every con. You can't just be like, oh, surprise, look at all
It's
the
Gen
goodies.
Con's a
yes.
different con than Adepticons. Like, so like Gen Con for me, like when I go to Adepticon, I'm expecting events, the keynote, and all that stuff. I mean, Gen Con just seems more of like
They're there
a
to sell models.
vendor. Yeah. I mean, hey, we got Nova coming up in a couple
Yes.
weeks. Wink, wink. So,
I'm super stoked.
Super
yeah.
excited.
So who knows? Maybe something will come out there in a couple weeks, so that we'll all be talking about on a
This is
podcast or a
Who
video.
news to
knows?
us, and now my
Who knows?
excitement is renewed. But so it's I think that making Adepticon important is important. To
Mhm.
kind of if they want that to be the keynote year in and year out, which I'm totally for, because man, is that a lot easier to get to than almost anywhere
And
else.
less expensive. Gen Con's
Correct.
very expensive.
Correct. I man, for the you could go to at least two cons for the price of going to Gen Con, and just for them to do that, like, so totally on board with that. The we can jump back into because we talked about the Bear Riders so much. The Liegeman Ursons.
Heavy bear cav.
Oh, let me tell you.
Oh, so cheap. So
Good.
cheap, these bears. Look
Why
how
are they
cheap.
10 points?
I don't know. Why do they have Pathfinder but cats don't? Like, what is this?
Well, the yeah,
Well, the
the
cats
nimble
like they get their
bear.
paws in the water and
Yeah,
they
I
don't want
am
to do that.
confusion.
I feel like more times than once their poison tail would get like stuck in a tree or something. Like it's just it's awful. But yeah, so 10 points for three guys.
Sorry.
with
Four
Repo
initials.
2.
Four
Sorry, go ahead.
initials per model.
Yeah, four. We're doing what?
And one of those initials is a spray 6 melee attack. I don't know what this
What?
gun is.
Whoa, why
I'm
are
not
they
even.
rat sticks?
I'm not even up like the stat line on these bears, you guys. Def 12, armor 18 with unyielding in a faction that has access to IR. Like, okay. And goats, IR, goats.
No, don't worry. You're not
These
done
bears
yet.
start dying.
IR goats Aslanov with his Kyrax nonsense where you're base to base with
The
a beast
battle
and you're
plan.
automatically +2 armor.
Yep, battle formation. And
Yeah.
they have Surefoot.
Yeah.
Bears
That's
ain't
what I
dying.
mean.
And they're marked so they can become
Here's,
These are-
different
here's my
bears.
14,
these are
22
shadow.
Cav.
Yeah, these are Shadow Flame Snorses that can do work.
This is just my spite and jealousy coming out, by the way. Like, I like the bears are cool.
That's a word for it.
But my God.
They get 2 chances at the crit knockdown. What are you talking about? But and then yeah, that's the reward for killing them. So they turn into the dude just pops off and the bear just
the bear
stands
gets up.
and
Yes, they are liegemen, so they can become any
I
combination of
oh my
werewolf or bear.
goodness.
They also have dual attack. I don't know if you guys said that. So
Yeah,
it's like
Yep.
dual. That's 4
4 initials.
initials.
Yeah. You charge in with your bear claw. You hope you crit knockdown, and then you gut shot everybody within 6 inches of you
They're
with a
crit knockdown.
with
They're
a
cav
shotgun.
models.
And so, yeah, cav models with crit knockdown, that's casual, no big deal. It never comes up with freaking the Legionnaires. No, never. Anyways, so that happens, and because their melee range isn't insane, there is a good chance that where they're being placed, you can crit knockdown and then spray something else.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And
So
So
since we're talking about those,
yeah,
yeah,
so they're speed 7 or each one. They're not the fastest cav in the world, but they
right.
are going to be chunky and hard to remove.
So having that many attacks, you would think that like, oh well, you know, maybe the solo that helps them wouldn't fix all of the things we just talked about, right? Surely. Anyways, here's the Urson champion. 5 points of I, I don't even know.
I haven't actually looked at this card. It's my first time looking
He's
at
more
this
than
card.
5 points. He's very good.
I
Oh,
play
he got
Orgoth.
battle plans?
he got battle plans, but one of them doesn't work on the bears.
Correct.
I
But
100%
he has all the
believe,
best battle plans in the game.
correct.
All of them.
I 100% believe that it did initially, and then somebody played a playtest game, and they were like, "This can't stay this way."
These can't be speed 9.
No.
You can take 2 of this.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, Yana cast dash, and
So the battle plans are Desperate Pace for small base liegemen.
yeah.
Small base liegemen. Precision Strike, which is Tactician for everybody. And then Stir the Blood, which everybody knows what Stir the Blood is. Plus
Look,
2
I'm all
the
about
next
full
melee
send
attack
in the
damage
bears.
roll for a unit.
You got a full send the bears.
Full send the bears.
Veteran leader liegeman.
Yeah, why not? Your bears
Just
are Mat 6. It's unacceptable. You need to make that
+1
better.
to hit to everyone, not Urson, not what? No, just everybody. You a liegeman? You got it, bud.
I
Uh,
Also, really
oh,
quick to echo off that point is he's on a 50 mil, so that
correct.
10 inches gets you a little bit more real estate than other things that have had this rule in the
So
past.
this is something that I constantly need to try put it on War Table if it helps you visualize this. When you're talking about any sort of aura, so like again, I'm playing Orgoth. I have precision strike on a medium base, and I try to explain to people that bubble is gigantic. It is 22 inches, and like when that is half of the board. They're just precision strike. Go ahead.
Yeah. So since we're talking about his vet leader liegeman, the second liegeman unit, the liegeman hunters, take that extraordinarily well.
Oh boy, they do.
They are a cheapest dirt 6 point unit that start at Mat 6 Rat 6. So he makes them Rat 7. And that's just Rat 7 Power 12 hunting rifles that are cheap as dirt.
Now, Andy, the hunting rifles are only range 10. So, like, how far, like, how much can you really project this around the board? There isn't, like, a rule that would make that.
Well, let's see. When they walk 8 inches due to Desperate Pace, then you teleport the next one 2 inches. That's 10 inches. And then base size is another inch and change. So that's 11 inches. About 21 inches or so.
But they still have to start in your deployment zone, right?
No, they're advanced deploy.
It is. Not just that.
Or ambush.
But they have to care about the terrain, right?
No. Surely forests might be a problem.
Huh. Well, I mean, at least there's like no extra effects on top of them just shooting, right?
I love the art for the model with like the chick consummate. She's like, yeah, you see this gun? It got a headshot.
I put a scope on this thing, so you're dead.
Yeah.
I am not going to have a lot of fun with these units. My marauders are going to die in droves.
One more point. It's They put down an axe and a shield and picked up a gun for 1 point across 5 people.
It's very good.
That's insane.
I love
Very
the
good.
hunters.
I bet you do. Wow. Ice cold take of the century.
I mean, they're 12-15. They died to stiff breeze.
And
They're
then they become
always going to
bears.
shoot you first and then turn into bears.
Maybe
This is
wolves.
incredibly frustrating. This unit is ridiculous, and they should feel bad.
It's
Yeah, sorry.
sorry, it's not even that they're honestly ridiculous. It's just that they're efficient for what they do, and their point cost is feels very pushed.
So
I'm
cheap.
yeah, I am shocked that they are 6 points and rat 6. This screams rat 5 to me. And I understand that we are in a range reduction shield guard meta, so range 10 does matter. We've seen it come up with a bigger deal, but the problem is that a lot of the bigger deals, it's a bigger deal because the unit is more expensive. When we're talking about suppressors going from 10 to 7, that's a huge kneecapping because they have to kind of stick their chin out and they don't want to take a charge. These guys are 6 points and you want them to die.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh
what?
no, we didn't get to shoot. That's fine. We were just gonna be the soft, cushy, first unit anyway. It's fine.
And like so, when we start to talk about the only reason I keep bringing up Rat 6 is that you have those 2 or 3 support models that are blocking a flag in the back. When you start to talk about, hey, 13 inches off both sides of the table, you have to stay out of, otherwise I will ambush and just shoot you. And if I roll enough dice or I run this champion up here, they're Rat 7. Those things are cleared. And God forbid, we haven't even talked about what happens when 2 ambush. This one pops out. We see what the dice say. Oh, they cleared your flag? These guys walk onto the flag. Go ahead. I paid 12 points for this. Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting when you do ambush these types of models and you commit a lot of your Ursines or Apexes to just contesting your opponent's backline. Like, how much
Yeah.
are they going to have to commit just to clear this unit and all the solos that
Oh,
pop
and
out?
the bears that pop out afterward. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And it's that whole thing of like, hey man, there's this threat back here now. Is it, as the opponent, is it better for me to literally ignore these guys so that I do not have bears in my backline? Because there's no measurement that's required for it. I don't need to be within control area or double control. It's the board. Or like, do I have the resources to turn and kill this bear and spend resources on killing this bear? Like, because my support can't do it. And God forbid, like now we're talking about a wolf in your back line. Like this
Yeah.
thing might kill your caster.
Yeah. It's not certainly not out of the question.
Like so, especially if you're starting to figure in the prime evil Chandler with geomancy, if he can just undergrowth your caster, like Yana can dash. We won't get into that, but like Fury Strength and like Curse of Shadows, or do just any sort of combination of buffs on this thing. Effectively just run and engage your caster. Now these wolves have gang, divine inspiration, possibly. Like just the thing about this faction is that thinking about it in a vacuum is always going to make you tear your hair out. But it's what do they actually bring to the table? What were the tools that they stocked their utility belt with?
Yeah. What did they choose from the toolbox?
Yep.
Right. So like using these hunters, using these all of the liegemen really, like some of the games that I've watched and played, these little melee dudes are just corpses to function for the primevals. So I can't be doing these concepts if I'm filling up my primevals. So it's just kind of like you just need to know what they're capable of, and then kind of respond.
I mean, they're also so cheap because they have to be.
Right.
If they were priced reasonably, you just wouldn't be able to field them.
Maybe that's the balancing part of it, with the wolves and the bears, and that's why the units are so cheap,
Yeah.
because
Yes.
part of the unit is, I would consider the solos being part of that unit.
Yep.
In a way. So maybe it bumps these units really up to 10 points or 9 points, for example.
I honestly think it's an advantage to not start on the table, but
Oh yeah, like 100%. It's the same thing with the grave diggers, but a strategy. Same thing with Grimkin. I played Grimkin for for most of Mark III.
Mhm.
It's when you start, like, a strategy is sometimes ripping that Band-Aid off, like, forcing those shifts to
Right.
happen earlier in the game, and it's just less that they have for later when, in my mind, that's more spooky the later in the game that we get, so maybe if you can force these shifts earlier, shoot them even though it sucks, like, get rid of the goats, get the bears out, get the
Right.
wolves out.
I do think that will be the prevailing strategy, at
Yeah.
least to start, to figure out, like, okay, force all of your tech out, see what you choose to do, and then play the game out from there.
So, off the top of my mind, I completely agree with you guys, and at the end of the day, it is 100 points. This is not an Infernal's problem of turning 4 points into more.
Don't
Like,
Yes.
remind me.
yeah. So with that being said, like, you are right. In some cases, it's going to be rip the Band-Aid off. Hey, do you trigger? Do you trigger? Do you trigger? No, great. I just killed all this stuff. Awesome. And now I've limited you to these 3 people over here to be your shifted targets. So now I know exactly where your trap is going to spring. Um, I think the thorn in my side about this, as we will get onto the later lady, is the lack of interaction. Shapeshifting being on disabled. Um, I, I I don't know off the top of my head how many remove from play abilities are available to stop this.
Not a lot.
Right.
I don't think
Yeah, the
so.
only ones I
Um,
really have are snacking, and I'm pretty sure that's boxed. There's no.
Yeah, it's the soulless void engine
I think
thing too,
consume,
you
right?
can't stop it.
I think
Consume, yeah,
consume is
hit.
the
Yeah,
only way
because
that does it.
that's on hit.
Yeah.
So I don't like that. I really feel like all of this should be on destroyed. So at least there is some counterplay if you have ways to remove from play.
I think because you have to pay points for all of this, I would feel bad if it was undestroyed.
They want the ability for it not to be trapped off the table. It seems that seems to be the decision point
Absolutely.
for.
Yeah, yeah.
I think what was the old Legion ones, the chest bursters in Legion? They were
Incubi.
Incubi.
yeah. Were they disabled as well?
I
Heck
don't
if I know.
remember.
I don't know. It's been too
I
long.
was too busy swearing at the
Bring up
table
the archives.
as
Callus One was a
Callus
long
was just
time
running
ago.
at you. Yeah, he can't
I-
harm us anymore.
I just
Um, so looking at what we have available here, just to wrap up what I thought of the champion, I think this is an amazing model. It does have options on the charge for the crit knockdown or the crit brutal, and I just think for 5 points it's a steal. And I do think that we will see a lot of at least one of them in a good chunk of lists. The only other model other than the Mistress of Thorns herself is does anybody want to take a crack at this name?
Jazana Agha.
Thank you.
Good job. She's
And
expensive
she
She's
for
is
a
expensive.
for an attached model.
expensive. 5 points, 8 boxes, and she has
A
again
lot of
just
weird
another
rules.
weird rules. Giving concealment, spending corpses. She has options to either give everybody within 5 concealment, boost, or peak and pine, which I do think is an interesting attack. Um, so she makes a range 8, POW 12 magic attack. If it damages an enemy model, this model's leader can transfer damage to the affected model 1 time, and then it expires. Basically, it just eats a charge and throws it onto something else. But I do feel like the big reason why you take her is toil and trouble. While within 3 inches of this model, +1 for each corpse, which you can have up to 5. Enemy models gain an additional die on attack rolls. Discard the highest die roll of each. Star-crossed.
Um, I think she is jam packed with abilities that don't seem like they're going to come up very often, but they're going to be a nightmare when they do. Um, Black Wings on Carrion Crows is yet another cloud template that the army can throw out.
Mhm.
And then I can't even believe this, another model with Starve.
Yeah.
Uh,
I would not be surprised if it boils down to, man, would I just love to put a corpse on a primeval instead.
yeah.
But again, I do think this is just another fork in the road for options. Where, like, if I'm gonna make a catcher's mitt list, that's just gonna like take your alpha and just kind of shunt it. Just giving Starcrossed and just kind of throwing her up there for 5 points, I don't feel like is a huge investment.
Yeah, her and the totem are both really interesting. Just like, hey, you can't alpha here
Right.
pieces. Like they're really just like, hey, single wound infantry, don't go near the totem. Giovanna Aga, no Mat 6 models here. Like that kind of stuff is just really, really kind of
She-
interesting.
I will say, for stat wise, she is a little delicate at armor 14. Yeah, she does have 8 boxes, and sure, you have the goats and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But if goats are on her, that means they're not being played up. So I
Yeah,
mean,
she's also stealth though, so she's hard to shoot off the
blast
table.
10s don't care about armor 14
No.
because she can't shunt to anything. She's not like
I
a
should make that bumper sticker.
yeah. What's that?
How 10 Blast doesn't care about your blank. But for a little callback, Incubi was on disabled as well. But anyways, I don't think she will see a lot of play. I think she has a really unique toolbox that is very difficult to get 5 points out of in this faction.
She's definitely a sometimes food. I don't think she's going to be like a lot of the attached models that you see in the current meta, where it's like the attached model is like an auto include in almost every list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's weird. I like her, but she's weird.
I like her too. I think fluff wise too, because she's supposed to be like an apprentice, right? Or
Of Old Witch, yeah.
up and coming, right? Like maybe we see this caster or this attachment later on down the road, and she's a full fledged warlock older with some of the. So I think I'm excited to see the evolution of this character. But yeah, like I don't know if she's an auto include.
She's got almost as many rules as a warlock, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So we have come to the main event.
Bum bum bum.
Shrinky, do you want to say the name?
Olsea. I like Olsea. Olsea Reznikova, the Mistress of Thorns.
All right. Well, that was us talking about her. She's broken.
She is the piece de resistance.
Mm-hmm. So to when you start your card with Field Marshal Treewalker, that's kind of nuts. So
Don't worry, it gets better.
it gets better. So for those of you at home, just really quick, if you don't know what Treewalker is, basically her and her entire battle group ignore forests when determining line of sight, and while you're within a forest, you get +2 def against melee attack rolls.
Which, if I can say, is interesting. Like that Bodan has Bird's Eye. It's not exactly the same rule, but now we have 2 casters that allow their battle groups to see through forests.
Yes.
I am super curious if Old Umbrey single-handedly removes the central forest from the terrain options on a table. So just because, man, all of us old heads remember Mark II Legion, and
my
if there
God.
was a forest in the middle of the table, just don't play the game.
Hey, and this one can make her own forest. If there's not a forest in the
She
middle of
can.
the table, she's like, boom, there we go.
So,
This is also a perfectly capable caster that can walk 6 inches
And
that just has strange growth.
correct. Andy, what does Strange Growth do?
I just teleport 5 inches from your current
Mm-hmm.
location. You know, it's just walk up, do some stuff, leave. You know, it's great. Good
it
times.
doesn't end your turn. It's not instead of movement. You just also do this.
Technically, she can charge and then kill you in Strange Growth.
I don't think she has a melee attack.
No?
No, yeah, she can't charge.
Oh,
She
thank
cannot
God.
charge.
What? That's
Oh, thank
weird. She doesn't have a melee attack. What attack does she have? For,
Yeah, good, Shrinky,
striking?
what does she have?
What does she have?
Well,
One I
she's
really
got,
don't like.
she's got this cool gun called Grasping Briars.
It's a cool
Its
name.
range is control.
Oh,
It has fertilizer, which our old circle friends will remember. If you kill something, it becomes a forest. It also has from beneath, so it ignores cover and concealment.
Her control is also 14 inches, by the way.
It is,
Wacky.
yes.
thank God it's a low POW though, right?
POW 14.
Oh,
What a time to be alive.
oh. Huh.
Her feat is weird, and I like it.
It's really scary.
It's
I don't like it.
horrifying.
Wait,
I
really
don't like
quick
it.
before we get off of the gun, it doesn't ignore stealth.
No.
Correct.
Ah,
We found the out.
we found the out, everybody.
There's one.
We can go
We got-
home.
Yeah, she's fine,
Stealth
guys.
and Hill.
It's everything's fine.
Yeah,
She's all right.
Yeah. So while within her control area range, enemy models without flight suffer -2 speed and defense for some reason. And while in her control range, friendly faction models gain Spring Blades.
Spring Blades, of course, being if someone hits you and you don't die, that someone takes D3 damage.
Huh. What a wacky thing.
So, as a caster whose spell list includes Rapid Growth, which is place a 3-inch forest template anywhere in your control range, my non-Pathfinder ass having faction is going to be really, really sad when we're -4 speed during her feat turn
Big
Correct.
time.
and not able to move.
Also, something this just came up. Something I just thought of. Spring Blades triggers on a model that becomes a werewolf. The model was not destroyed. If a model hits this model in a melee attack, attack model suffers D3 damage immediately after the attack is resolved, unless this
Oh.
model was destroyed or removed from play by the attack.
It
Wouldn't the
never
model
hits.
have been
It
removed
never
from play?
hits.
It's a new model.
Not
It
by
never
the
hits
attack.
the destroy. Yeah, it never hits the destroyed phase.
Oh, that's
it's just
so
disabled.
mean.
So you run up, you stab them, it stabs you back, and then becomes a creature.
I don't like that.
Huh.
You're right. I don't. Yeah. That
Wow, wow,
sucks.
woo, wow.
All right, let's get through the rest of her spell list because it's really
sure.
good.
So Riker, what's that next? What's so we got rapid growth, and that's the worst spell you have to deal with, right? Riker?
For sure, for sure.
What else has she
now,
got?
as we talked about earlier, there's a primeval with Channeler and Geomancy possibilities. Crazy that Stranglehold costs 3. Is a power 13 and is probably the worst spell in the game for a negative play experience.
Especially
Uh,
when your beasts can all cast it for 1.
Yep. So if you're damaged by it, you got to forfeit your movement or a combat action. So
And you
this is
can't shake it.
correct. This is a really big bummer for me, just because at some point in my career, I will play against this caster. She will bring 4 Geomancy heavies, and she will say 5 things are doing nothing next turn. Or I'm going to play that same game. She's not going to break armor, and then everything's going to die.
Yep.
And there's no in between.
Yep.
I hate this spell. I think it is awful for the game. Starve. You want to keep starve in the game? That's great. You're charging. You're attacking. You're
It's a
interacting.
melee attack.
It's a melee attack, not a effective range 16 spell because everything is at the minimum walking 6 and then shooting out 10.
Or she
Uh,
walks 11. That's cool too.
or she walks 11 and casts multiple, and it's just really annoying to see this happen because I think that Thistle is extremely thematic.
Thistle is
It
a really cool spell.
costs 2, range 8, mid range spell, POW 11, and if the target model is within 2 inches of forest terrain, the attack and damage rolls are boosted when resolving the spell. That is,
Really cool.
she wants
Really,
to
really
be
cool.
the forest lady. She gets to be the forest lady, but why would you do that when you could just stranglehold them?
Now
And
that's
she's what, rack 2? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Yes,
off.
yes.
they're
She's
all
rack
rack
2,
2 so far.
Yep.
Okay.
So her last spell is kind of what brings us all together and lets her do a lot of work without putting herself in too much danger. So she's Harvest. It's a new spell. It's a self upkeep. It's essentially when a living or undead enemy model is destroyed in her control range, she can gain a Fury point, but she can't gain more than her arc stat as a result. So essentially, she can go naked every turn as long as her army kills a thing or two in her
Once you get
control
the work
range
done.
to allow
Right.
her to camp. So she's probably the caster that can go hottest right now while still being safe.
And
So,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
something else I was just thinking about. Stranglehold and Starve are 2 effects that do the same thing but have different names.
Correct.
Yep.
So if I stranglehold you and then I starve you,
Yep.
you just stand there.
Not necessarily. I would have to look up the timing chart for when you have to choose these things, and if you can choose both of the things for the 2 abilities.
That will be important.
That will be
Yeah.
important.
I don't know the answer to that right now, but I will look that up
If
later.
you know in the comments, let us know.
Because this is the first time that's ever come up.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's one of those things where we're looking at Bodan as this like spell slinging dude at 14-14. She's 16-15. She will most likely be in a forest all of the time. So she is an 18-15 to melee. Guard dog 20-15.
Throw Surefoot on her. Screw it. 22.
22 can't be knocked down.
Can't be knocked down. Defense 22. Let's
You don't need to
go.
do that. You just take. No, we were talking about bears. Well, you just take one of those bear primevals, and she ain't falling down ever.
These are insane stats for a caster,
What's
like a spell slinger.
what's really insane to me is that now that I'm able to look at the up to date release list of Warcasters, I don't want to play Bodan anymore,
Oh, I love
and he
Bodan.
has insight.
Yeah.
I love Bodan.
Insight casters have always been very hit or miss. Veil 1 worked. Not many others worked.
What are you talking
There
about?
was
Fjord's on the horse.
there
She's
was
doing the thing.
was it Fiora or the assassin lady that had insight?
Fiora
Fiora
3
2.
had insight.
3.
Now Fiora 1 has insight, and it's worse, but we won't talk
dang it.
about that.
No, so I think that she is way too survivable. When we get into that nitty gritty of like that 2215 can't be knocked down was a forest which she can create wherever she wants, and a guard dog within 5 inches of her. This is not like planet aligning. Oh my god, I have to perfectly, like, she's in the middle of the table at 2215 can't be knocked down. What?
Yeah, I look
What
at
are we
her and I
doing?
look at Yana in this faction. I'm like, how do you go for an assassination on these? Like,
Correct.
I'm like, what is the out
Well,
here?
on top of that, they're a warlock.
I'm
Warlocks
camping
are.
Thor.
Yeah, like you're not
Like,
killing her.
what? Oh, you finally hit me? Whatever, the feral can take it. It's like, I just, man, she is nuts. I think she is going to make a gigantic splash. And going to be
She
very
oozes
popular.
control. Like
Yes.
She
she's
does.
going to be. I think she's going to be the marquee control caster whenever she comes out. Like that's going to be the new control.
This might be a hot take, but I'm happy to see a more traditional control caster with control tools and not another +3 def and +3 armor feat to
Oh
just
no, this
kind
one
of.
just turns your army off. It's fine.
That's
Well,
okay.
that
That's
is-
not hard to do.
I mean, that is a very good point, and something that I do like a lot, because I do feel like with some of the Gravediggers stuff, like Vargas is a fantastic example. He's literally just Horus with guns, which is cool. It's very effective. It's not that interesting.
So I'm going to echo off of that and agree with all of you guys. I think she, from a design standpoint, is again oozing identity. There, all of the things that we've talked about, like there technically is counterplay. Like all of this is magic ability 7. Yes, it's boosted, but or magic ability 6, depending on the geomancy. So like if you have high def, maybe this could be a problem. Granted, her feat kind of fixes that, but now she has to put you in her feet, and it's there is offensive and defensive aspect to her feat. It's not just Baronova, I'm stopping everything. It is like, hey, your -2 speed didn't stop charges. And it's the spring blades are annoying but not game breaking. Also, hey, do you have access to flight? You can ignore my feat.
Yeah.
There's this like these little knobs and switches that they can hit where if you want to go out of your way to say I need to answer her, you can at least build a utility belt for it.
And Aslanov as well. His feat, it stops charges, does not stop slams or tramples. So like there are options.
Yeah, she is intricate. She is interesting. She's going to be a lot of fun to play. I'm just jealous, I think, because she looks really, really cool.
So when we take this example of this spell slinger in comparison to a couple of the others that have kind of made the rounds, um, her not having a way to arc through everything, which seems to be a very popular design choice right now.
Yeah.
Warrior models, whatever, I can come from any angle. Like her missiles are very directed, and I feel like that is where she's going to lack flexibility.
Yeah, her
But
arc nodes are also very committal. They're not going to be cheap. They're
right,
heavies.
exactly.
And not only are they're heavies, but they're heavies that if you want geomancy or an arc node, both come with significant sacrifices.
Correct. So it's one of those things where like that's where I want the checks and balances to be. Now she may come out and just be absolutely broken and ruin the meta, and that's it is what it is. But I think that she will have a very dynamic turn every time.
Yep.
She's going to do something only she can do. And I think that's what you want out of a caster, because I think Erica really hit the nail on the head. The caster needs to ooze identity. Um,
Yeah, and just even to kind of bring it back to the whole Harusk and Varg, like if I were to talk about, oh hey, you know that caster with that +3 no knockdown feat, you don't know who the hell I'm talking about because it could be, one of two people
Yeah.
that pop. But then you talk about, oh yeah, like the caster that pops forests and can shoot you anywhere and like not care about
the spring
cover.
blade
It's
feat,
just the spring blade feat. Like,
something.
oh yeah, like it's something
Yeah,
new and exciting, and I really, really like that.
I don't think it's good, but I want to see ferals with spiny growth just running in front of her, going, "Please take 2d3 every time you touch me."
2d3 second.
So I think all in all, this really brings the faction into a solid position. I think that you truly have a lot of choices now. It's not just 4 or 5 heavy lists. You're not bringing Vilcool all the time with Razor just to let kind of alleviate the Warlock pressure. But with that being said, I think that there is a good chance that with these options now, with the shifted being as awesome as they are, and the units being as awesome as they are, we're actually going to see the battle group go down to like minimum, and really find this like mix of how little war beasts can I take to take all this other awesome stuff.
I do think it's going to be an interesting balance act because, like, this stuff is really cool, but the War Beasts are still fantastic.
They're really
Correct.
well costed, and with this packet, you need those war beasts. Like, you can't
Yes.
just take 2 war beasts and call it a day. I think 3 is like a minimum right now with the way the packet's developed.
So I think the trade-off is that they have extremely frontline capable casters to score those mid to late game turns, where other casters are either running away or staying just outside the kill box.
I mean, like, I was all set to play Yana specifically so she can stand on the front lines with this defensive kit, but like everyone except uh, the old man
But
can
with
do that.
Danny, yeah.
Oh, Bo Danny.
Oh, I love
Um,
Bodan. Get out of there,
so
Bodani. Every
yeah.
time I see him in a game on War Table, I'm like, oh no, get out of there, Bodan.
um, so it's I think at that point you are making the conscious decision to say, hey, I'm playing Yana for X.
Yeah.
Conferred rage, immovable objects, like you are bringing it specifically for dash. Like you're not just I need a survivable caster, I'm gonna take Yana because they're all survivable.
Yeah. And they're
uh,
definitely going to be a very good reason and not just because I want to put all the bears in one list.
Definitely not. Definitely not. That would be insane. That would
Yep.
be crazy. So what is that?
Oh,
10,
when this hits the
20.
app, I have to build that. That's gonna be fun.
Duh, bears.
Yeah. Um,
But yeah, all their casters are compelling. Like, I know you don't like Bodan, but like I don't think he's a dud. I think he's great. I love him. But there's no dud here. Like you can make a pairing with anybody. I feel like on their
I think we're gonna find
roster.
out over the course of the next couple months, like who shakes out as like the
Well,
pair,
definitely
the
this
pairs.
chick.
I mean, Thorns, I think is definitely going to be a part of the
let's,
pairing.
let's not sell the cart before the horse either. Like Umbrey have already won a tournament.
Yeah.
I'm honestly a huge fan of Galena. I like the sniper chick a lot.
I love her.
She's
She's
awesome.
fantastic.
And I really do think, like we've all talked about multiple times, it's going to boil down to who is the best in the mirror. Because I think that is going to be a matchup as an Umbrey player you will need to know. And I think that your entire army having Tree Walker and their army not having Tree Walker sometimes will dictate what's going on.
It will certainly matter.
I mean, I was already looking at Galena as the mirror match caster, but like
I love her.
Rezikova, she can also do it.
So
I mean, Bodan could too.
no way. But
Eh.
Galena, I
Aw.
think Galena has a very specific toolbox where it's like, oh, you did happen to bring the 4 Geomancy, you paid all this point, you bet it on red, and I cast Shadowback. Go.
Yeah.
You're like,
Good luck.
oh no.
You cannot see me.
So it's I think that it's gonna be a fun tit for tat kind of crazy stuff that's gonna be going on with this faction, and man, is it crazy exciting. But while we are still on the topic of new Gen Con models, an hour later, what is your wish list for your Dusk models? Sorry,
What do you think,
House
lady?
Callus models.
Yeah.
Like what do you mean for?
What do you want
What do
the
you want?
models to
What?
do? What do
Yeah.
you
What do
feel
you
your
want?
faction is missing that they could answer?
Oh, um, Sorry. They're cost effective. All
Okay,
right,
all right,
like
all
we're
right.
here. I mean, the army on what it's weak into, it's kind of rough because that's what the field, competitively speaking, at large, at least that's been my experience. Is all like the def skew, the dude spam. You know, the army doesn't have the quantity of attacks, the mat fixing. Um, Indigenous to its roster. So I'm hoping these models do help with that. Um, the character unit, I've really been missing a 3-person character unit. I feel like all these character units are just insane. Well, maybe not
Yeah.
the Locky Bash. I'm sorry, Andy, but I still like them. I think they're cool.
They're fine. They're
He was
okay.
like, "I'm happy with them. Why
Yeah.
why are we gonna
They're
bash them?"
You smashed mine on the
I
crown
did.
last night.
It was an
Oh no!
accident.
I gotta
But
go rebuild them tomorrow.
yeah, poor Manbrick or whatever his name is.
We stopped throwing dice and started throwing
Yeah,
models. I see it
It's
now.
Lockerbird or
Durgle. It's
whatever.
always Durgle. Poor
Poor
Durgle.
Durgy. Um,
Hasn't he handled enough?
I don't know. Again, not to bring War Machine Enlightenment into it. I don't really have any expectations at this point. Yeah, I'm just
You
we'll see
hate
what
bringing
happens.
up War Machine Enlightenment.
No, I just
Look,
I don't want
let's bullet
yeah.
point this. You want some hit fixing, and you want some models that are not super expensive to take for their output. There you
No.
go.
So I think
There we
just the
go.
sheer fact that it is a character unit will answer a lot of this, right? Because more times than not, character units will have at least some access to multiple attacks per model. They're characters, so they're typically like a little bit higher statted, and they usually come with a cool set of unique rules. And I think that is something that is drastically missing in House Callus right now. I feel like every unit is like, "This is my job. This is what I do. I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Stop asking me." And it's the character unit's going to be this flexible. I can kind of set them on a flank, and they'll just kind of not dominate, but at least go back and forth. Whereas I feel like so much of House Callus right now is like, I pounce, I got the alpha. Are you dead yet? Oh no! Oh dang it! Oh dang it!
Yeah, and this might be a little bit of a hot take, and I don't know. I guess it's the same with the Orgoth, where it's to assume that we're getting a Warlock Junior because there's cats. It's not
It's
robots.
cats. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's cats. That ain't
Yeah.
robots. It's
Mhm.
cats with clothes, with people clothes.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I'm playing a War Machine army to play War Machine, so
Yeah.
I'm not super excited about having the Fury mixed into that one. It's like a weird cognitive thing because I've been playing
Mhm.
with Focus since this army came out. So that's like my one critique. Um,
Didn't you start playing Big Pig for a while?
well, that was a necessity, but we don't
Oh,
Oh, I
like
do.
yeah.
All
So
right.
that would be my only like
Yeah.
apprehension about. But I'm excited. I'm optimistic. The models look sick.
Yeah.
But I'm really
Absolutely.
excited about that character unit.
You are also the only Dusk player on the planet that likes their Warjacks.
I like that.
John Demerits, Musing Panda,
Yeah,
is also
Their
John.
Warjacks
Yep.
are
part of
good
the
models.
Eidolon fan club, and no
So
one
yeah,
else.
we'll see.
But
So yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, war beasts are they're cool. It's more cats. I'm sure they won't be able to go anywhere, and they won't have Pathfinder. So
They definitely
we'll
won't
see
have
how it
Vault.
goes.
I'm sure they won't have
how
Vault.
mad would you feel if they have Pathfinder, but the ones riding the cats lose Pathfinder?
I don't know. So like, I
That
look
are
at
heavy. I don't know what to tell you.
I look
Yeah.
at all the cat. I don't just like I don't try and like pigeonhole. I look at scorn cats. I mean, at least they can jump. Like that's cool.
Golly.
But a cav, yeah, I don't know. They just not to get on the Dreadguard cav, but they don't feel like cav models to me, if that makes sense.
They hit
Yeah,
like a
absolutely.
truck.
They just don't. Sure, they do, but they don't feel like Calvary models right now. But that's a story for another day. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
absolutely.
We'll see. I'm optimistic and I'm excited. And I hope the rules drop sooner than later.
Yeah. So I agree. So on the Orgoth side, I would like something to help the rest of the army. I think Harusk is doing fine by himself, just doing his thing. I think that his lists are typically way too point strapped to throw another module in there. I would not be surprised if the character unit does something. If the points work out effectively, I could see them getting swapped out for one of the units he brings, just to bring a little more flexibility. But like the solos are a little rough. Um, I'm really just hoping that uh the junior or whatever it is, the module that comes in the on my side of the box, gets inserted in like Sabbath or Butcher, or just to give them something to kind of spice up. The problem with the faction as a whole right now is everything is just Harask light, and all of the models are designed to have a +3 armor feat to survive and play the game. And when they don't, man, do they die in droves. So it's something that even if she like helps the single wound infantry in some way, that would be cool. But I'm
Yeah, I don't think
optimistic.
the Reavers are bad necessarily either. It's just, none of your casters really want them.
Yeah, when you're paying 10 points for effectively 6 wounds, it's a spooky concept. But yeah, so overall, a lot of really exciting stuff. I think Umbrey is gonna fly off the shelves, so make sure you get your pre-order in whenever that goes up. And man, it's just a really exciting time to be playing the game.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Oh, yeah.
I
Cool.
can't wait.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
If well, since we're on the we're coming off of Gen Con and going into the next con season, if I can just maybe drop a couple of a little Nova promo, a
Plug.
little bit of Nova club,
Do the plug. Go.
Yep.
So for those that may or may not know, our community along with the Atlanteans are hosting all the Warmachine events at Nova Open. We have an amazing schedule set up this year with all kinds of events from Steamrollers, IG Qualifier. We have Brawl Machine. We have a really sick narrative that my brother Andy and the Atlanteans have been working on.
Nope.
What did I say?
Her brother, Andy.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
My brother Paul.
Thank you for that, Schwenky.
Yeah.
Need that.
That would have been weird.
Required the comma there.
The Oxford comma is important.
We actually just play tested it for the first time this week with our community. I want to thank Maryland War Machine for coming out. I think Boosted to Hit Chris came out, Chris Taylor and Ryan. We're so excited. We can't wait. And we want to thank everybody that bought tickets and it's coming out to hang out with us. It's going to be Labor Day weekend. And I believe Ice King is streaming all weekend long. So
that's going to be fantastic.
We'll have our games online. And we still have a few tickets left. So if you want to come and hang out with us in DC, we'd love to have you.
This is we're talking about events. We've also got the Summer Slaughter coming up in Jersey 2 weeks before Nova. So it's 2 weeks from now. I think they have one ticket left.
I believe it's one ticket.
Yeah. And it's the first time War Machine's going to be there, right?
Yep,
correct.
Yeah. And that's Seth. I think Seth's running that, right?
Seth is, yes.
Yep.
It is my birthday weekend. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yay!
It is in Jersey. You can look up Summer Slaughter and just pick up the last ticket. Just do it. Just hurry up and do it. I think that
Seth doesn't want to play.
Yeah, no. That makes sense. Whenever we get the chance to talk about it, I am always absolutely 100% day one signed up for any event the Bevs are running. They run an extremely tight ship. I cannot recommend it enough. And the tables are thematic but still competitive. And just go to Nova. Just do it.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you so much.
I think you guys just knock it out of the park every time.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This has been great. This is so much fun.
I joined forces on this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Talk about some not so old Umbrey models that definitely 3 of us are going to be playing come next year. So, and hopefully we'll get Andy on the train too.
Everybody's not out of the question.
Everyone's bears.
Everyone's bears.
Cool.
Everyone's bears. The end.
That's it. Thank you for listening. This has been Battle Driven.
And tried and true.
Battle
true.
Bye, everybody.